All right. I want to start off by saying Brakathea Hawa, Brakathea Hawashai, Brakathea Hawa, Brakathea Hawashai, Brakathea Hawa, Brakathea Hawashai, Call Hala Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahawashai, Ba'ashem Rakal Kwadash. Double honors to the apostles of GMS who rule well and who taught me this truth. And shalom to you sincere Akim out there listening, learning, and pushing this truth. And shalom to the few sincere Akwath out there listening and learning as well. With that being said, I'm going to jump straight into this video. I don't want to ratazah. It'll be edifying as usual. I'm going to go in the Rakal Kwadash. And I just had a couple scriptures lined up, as you can see. It shouldn't be too long of a video. And you know, it's got a lot on my mind. It's got a lot on my mind because you can see a lot is going on in the news. Pretty much this devil is about to come down with great wrath, knowing that he have but a short time. Okay, he's bringing in more unrighteous decrees, and ultimately he's going to I'm trying to say it without you know what's going on, man. The hour of temptation is drawing nigh. Okay, quickly. Okay, matter of fact, let's start with it. Because you know what time it is, man. We're broken records, starting with the head apostle, Elder Apostle Tahar on down. Okay, you know it is. There's a plethora of videos, brothers. You know what's up, man. You know what you should be doing and what you should not be doing at this point. Okay, at this point, if you don't know what's going on, you're not meant to know what's going on. Okay, the doors of mercy are drastically closing. We're at the door of Jacob's trouble, and it's about to try the earth. Okay, you know. Anyway, First Thessalonians 5:1. It reads, you see the blue letter titled it "The Day of the Lord," and where today's date is July 27th, 2021, the year of hastening the coming of our Lord Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahawashi. Okay, and this is what this the blue letter titled is "The Day of the Lord," and you can see this day is quickly approaching. Our redemption is nigh. You know, but as it is written, through much tribulation, we shall enter into the kingdom. Okay, well, this is not our, this is not our rest. We're close, but we got to keep pushing. And that's why I wanted to do this video here with, I'm going to land back, I'm going to play it and interject, and I'm going to use it as an analogy for this truth, because that's what Paul did. Paul likened this thing unto a race, this thing of ours, as Elder Apostle Gabar likes to say, this truth, this straight gate, this cross that we're carrying, it's a race, but we know it's not a sprint. We know it's a marathon. It's a thing of endurance. All right. He that endureth to the end, the same shall be saved. We got to keep pushing. We're not yet saved. We have not resisted yet unto blood. Okay. That time is quickly approaching. That test, that hour. Okay, it's drawing nigh. They coming door to door, man. Okay, that famine, the famine of the word, Amos 8:11. They're gonna demonize us. They're demonizing us now. As the brothers been saying, they're blaming us. We are to be blamed. So hey, let me let the Lord speak, man. First Thessalonians 5:1. But of the times and the seasons, brethren, because we don't, man. I don't give a fuck about you 2/3, man. I'm concerned with you, the sincere Akim and Akwaf, the ones that are putting on as the elect, okay, that are bringing their body into subjection, fighting, fighting this good fight of faith, okay, it's a fight, but now it's time to get in fighting shape. It's one thing to be in shape, but we got to be in fighting shape, okay, You got to gird up your loins like a man. You got to prepare for the worst. You got to be able to go out. You got to be ready to go out on your shield. That's what it is, man. That's the times we're coming into. The Lord said, "Be thou faithful unto death, and I shall give thee a crown of life." Okay. So again, but of the times and the seasons, and remember, it's a time and place for everything, right? That's what it says in Ecclesiastes. We in the time of the end. We in the time of Jacob's trouble. Per Daniel 12:1, a time like never before, man. When the Lord is about to unleash his indignation on the world. He's about to visit this place. He's visiting it now with these floods, these wildfires. He's been visiting it, but he's long suffering, that all may come to repentance. But he's not slack as some men count slackness. Enough is enough, man. Go watch the fucking new Little Nas X video, man. This place is just getting ridiculous, man. Spiritually Sodom and Egypt. And these niggas ain't right. Okay? But you love it here, man. I'm getting hot. I just seen that video this morning too, man. It's early. But I had that this lesson was on my mind, you know. This lesson was on my mind since last night. Salakia if I'm kind of ranting. But yeah, go watch that new Little Nas X, man. Tell me this isn't spiritually Sodom and Egypt. Like Elder Apostle Horse, he's a talentless nigger, man. So he got to resort to doing that nastiness. That's how we know we're at the times of the end. How much more wicked can this shit get? You see? You jakes, man, you just gone. That's why the Lord just going to annihilate you. But of the times and the seasons, brethren, ye have no need that I write unto you. For yourselves know perfectly that the day of the Lord, and it's a cruel day. It's not a day of fucking lollipops and sunshine and rainbows and shit. It's a day of darkness, cloudy, gloominess, weeping, wailing, and gnashing of teeth. Okay? It's a terrible, cruel day. And what end is it to you if you ain't right with the Lord? And that's why we're given diligence, because we want to be found worthy. We want to be found blameless. So you gotta have faith plus works. And you can't take your hand from the plow. You gotta stay ready. You see? For yourselves know perfectly that the day of the Lord so cometh as a thief in the night. Okay, and we know that, man. But not to us. Why? Because we're watching. We're constantly watching. We're constantly occupying. We're staying we're staying ready. We're staying fit. We're staying on our guard, on our post. We're looking for our Lord and Savior, We're looking for the enemy. We're watching the prophecies. We're watching the news. We're watching these devils. And we're watching you 2/3, man. And you're, as in the days of Noah, eating, marrying, giving the marriage, you know, until Noah entered into the ark. And the same is going to happen to you niggas, man. For when they shall say peace and safety, and that's what they saying, because they just want things to go back to normal. But it ain't going to go back to normal. It's going to get worse and worse. More and more unrighteous decrees, more and more draconian legislation. Esau just gonna come out with it, and he's gonna show his horns. He's gonna resort back to his blessing. Okay? For when they shall say peace and safety, then sudden destruction cometh upon them as travail upon a woman with child, and they shall not escape. But ye, brethren, the hopeful elect, okay, are not in darkness. Why? Because we've got this light, this truth. Okay? Yahweh Shem Shai told us of these things since the beginning. Okay? You know, and now we have the full understanding. Okay? You know? Now we have the now we're able to gird up our loins with these precepts. You know? You know, this wisdom and knowledge is gonna keep us stable. You know, but now it's time to lock in, you know, to really, I'm gonna get in the video. So it says, but ye brethren are not in darkness, that day should overtake you as a thief. Ye are all the children of the light and the children of the day. We are not of the night, because gross darkness is covering this place, man. The valley of the dry bones, as Elder Apostle Tahara likes to say. Okay? You know? They in a sunken place, man. You know? But not us, because we got this truth that set us free. Starting with Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. You know? He's the true light bearer. Okay? You see? You know? He's our intercessor, our go-between, our big brother, man. And we're joint ears with him. You know? And he's coming back to redeem us. You know? Exciting times, man. You know? Ye are all the children of the light and the children of the day. We are not of the night nor of darkness. Therefore let us not sleep as others do. Therefore let us not sleep as do others, but let us watch and be sober. For they that sleep in the night, and they that be drunken are drunken in the night. But let us who are of the day be sober, putting on the breastplate of faith and love, and a helmet, and for an helmet the hope of salvation. For Yahweh hath not appointed us to wrath, He predestined us, Lord's will. We'll be the first fruits. Okay? You know, he reserved a cluster on the vine, man. Yasharallah became a degenerate vine, man, but Yahweh Shai always kept himself a cluster, man. Okay, Lord's will, we are of that number. We are of that cluster. Okay? For Yahweh have not appointed us to wrath, but to obtain salvation by our Lord Yahweh Shai HaMashiach. Okay? And I keep reading. Who died for us, that whether we wake or sleep, we should live together with him. Wherefore comfort yourselves together and edify. Okay, wherefore comfort yourselves together and edify one another, even as also ye do. All right, so continue what we're supposed to continue. Continue. Okay? Continue in the things that you were taught. Anyway, so let's Salakia. That was a little long intro, Salakia. But let's get to this video here. And like I said, I'm using it as an analogy, like Paul did. You know, because as it says, where is it? Here, 1 Timothy 6:12. Fight the good fight of faith. And remember, faith is a gift. It's a gift from Yahweh, right? So it says, fight the good fight of faith, lay hold on eternal life, whereunto thou art called, and hast professed a good profession before many witnesses. This thing of ours, this truth, going out there on the highways and the byways, you know, prophesying, warning the people, and through the unicorn, that's this fight, man. 2 Timothy 4:7, it's what Paul said, he endured to the end, therefore he's going to get that reward. It says, I have fought a good fight. I have finished my course. I have kept the faith. And then he said, henceforth there's a crown laid up for me. See, 2 Timothy 4:8, henceforth there is laid up for me a crown of righteousness, which the Lord, the righteous judge, shall give me, that when he comes back, he's coming to judge the righteous and the wicked. The righteous is going to get the righteous reward, and the wicked is going to get the wicked reward, which is the sword, death. Ultimately, the lake of fire, the second death, them nukes. If you make it up to that, you might die in a famine. You might, who knows, in these wars, civil unrest. You might die in that. You might die in the war, or the Lord might just preserve you for them nukes, man. It says, henceforth there is laid up for me a crown of righteousness, which the Lord, the righteous judge, shall give me at that day. And not me only, but unto all them, the hopeful elect, man. Starting with 144,000 men, 12,000 men out of each tribe of Yasharallah, out of each tribe of Israel, and also the 1/3, the innumerable multitude of believers, the men, women, and children. Okay, the scriptures say, if you give a cup of water to a prophet, you shall receive a prophet's reward. Okay, and we know Yasharallah is likened to the sands of the sea. You can't number us. We're scattered amongst the four corners of the earth. You're gonna have Jakes coming back looking like some of the heathen nations, man, because the man carries the seed. If your seed goes back to one of the 12 patriarchs, your father, you are an Israelite, man. Okay, so it says and we're scattered. You got brothers all over, man, pushing this truth. Coming in all shapes, shades, and sizes, man. Okay, from Australia to Europe, all over, man. Okay, all in the islands, the Caribbean, all over, all in South America. You got brothers in Mexico, all over, man. Okay, you see, because we're scattered, and this word has gone out. That's another reason why we know we're at the end. So now is the time to get into fight and shape, man. That's the point. Okay, so let's go. Let's listen to this video here. What does fight and shape mean for the streets? All right, for the street. And I'm just using it as an analogy. Let's listen to some of this.
Hey guys, Pimas here. Okay.
Oh, him just doing that made me think of what Paul said. Not as one that beateth the air. You got to be connecting with these punches, man. And I'm thinking about these precepts. That's what was really coming into my mind. Because this wisdom and knowledge, as it says, shall be the stability. It's going a little bit longer than I wanted, but it is what it is. I want it to be edifying, because we coming into crunch time, man. Um, where is it? Slovakia. I did not pull it. I thought I had pulled it, but like Paul said, not one. He fights not as one that beateth the air. You got to connect with these precepts, because uh, the scriptures say, wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy times. So we go out there, yeah, to warn the people, but we're really working out our own salvation. When you really look at things from a bigger perspective, Yahweh Shem Yahushai is refining us. He's really concerned with the men. It starts with the prophets, man, on down. Okay, I don't want to Ratazah. I'm of that number, and you men are of that number. But it starts with us, man. And we are New Jerusalem. Okay, we are the mighty men of valor. We are the tabernacle of David of old. You know what I'm saying? So the Lord is refining us, and we get refined through this walk, but also through these scriptures, man. That, like Elder Apostle Gabar was saying, that these precepts, when you want to go left, when you want to go off, these precepts, it's always in your mind. It keeps you on the straight gate. It beats you. You beat your mind in subjection with the precepts, man. You remember these precepts. It keeps you going when you want to go off. It keeps you pushing. Okay, but you just can't. It's a plethora of scriptures. You got to be connecting. That's the point that I'm trying to make. Now is the time to lock into these key precepts, these key prophecies, which we should know already. The prophecy, Second Ezra 9, 2 Ezra 15, 16, Matthew 24, Jeremiah, Jacob's. It's simple precepts. Now is the time to be locking in precepts about faith, not like Elder Apostle Tahar said. Who cares if King David played the harp? Yeah, that's edifying. That's relevant, but that not that's part of the role, yes. But hey, man, hey, now we trying to it's fighting shape to trim the fat. Time to
Let's do this. Okay, what does and we're gonna go our next one. We're gonna talk about the difference between being psyched up mentally for a fight in the cage or the ring versus the street. How to mentally prepare for a fight for the street and the cage. But right now, let's talk about.
And like I forgot to bring this one out because we know this thing is a fight, man. And he really goes into MMA, but just think wrestling is part of MMA. And then remember, the Lord said to put on the helmet of faith because you're about to go to war. Right now. We in a spiritual battle, but we really about to be tested. That's why you need the whole armor of Yahweh, Bashem Yahushai, and it starts with the name first and foremost. But these precepts that you know. So Ephesians 6:10. Finally, my brethren, be strong in the Lord, Adawan, and in the power of His might. It says, put on the whole armor of Yahweh, your faith plus your works, right? That ye may be able to stand against the wiles of the devil. And he coming with some wiles, okay? He's coming with them fiery darts, man. He's coming, man. He's coming, knocking at your door. He's coming with great wrath, knowing that he have but a short time. He's coming, man. Okay? So we got to put on the whole armor. We got to get fit. We got to, lock in, Put on the whole armor of Yahweh, that ye may be able to stand against the wiles of the devil. This is the main point. For we wrestle, fighting, right? Wrestling is fighting. It's a part of fighting. It's a part of MMA, grappling, right? For we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, against the rulers of darkness, the wicked elite, man, on the left-hand side, man, okay? Against spiritual wickedness in high places. And that's why I said you got to be constantly praying and throwing them curses up too, because hey, they got their wicked magi and sorcerers on the left hand side, putting curses on us, man. Trying to frustrate us, trying to wear out the saints, as it is written, So it says, For we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, against the rulers of darkness of this world, you know, against the spiritual wickedness and against spiritual wickedness in high places. Wherefore take unto you the whole armor of Yahweh, that ye may be able to withstand the evil day, the bad times that's coming, man. Okay? And having done all to stand. Okay? You got to do all to stand. Be thou faithful unto death. You see? You see? And I will give thee a crown of life. So let's go back.
Well, what is fighting shape? Like, you know, you always want to be in fighting shape, right? What does that mean? And there's a lot of similarities, but a lot of differences. And if you guys are on here, feel free to put any questions in the live chat. But like, what does it mean to be in fighting shape, right? And when you go to camp, right, a fighter has a fight coming up, right, in the cage, in the ring, whatever. They go into training camp and they get into fight shape, right? So what does that mean? And what's the difference between fighting shape and great shape and good shape and aerobic shape, and what does it mean? And I have a couple of answers for that. There are differences, but more similarities than differences to be in fighting shape in the street versus the cage. There's more similarities than there are differences, but there are some. And let me go over what I think. If you're an MMA fighter, kickboxer, boxer, and you're getting into fighting shape, usually do that over a period. You go to fight camp, or you're in training for a fight. So that means you have time. Usually it's an 8-week camp, a 12-week camp. So you.
That's that grace period. You got time to get your household in order. You got time, but the fight is coming up, man. You getting in shape for the fight. You're studying to show thyself approved. You study to show thyself approved, a workman rightly dividing the word of truth unto Yahweh, right? You studying for what? For that test, the hour of temptation that's about to present itself, the battle. You see what I'm saying? It's coming up. So right now we got the grace, but the fight's coming up. So we got to get into that fighting shape.
And you're getting into fighting shape. Usually do that over a period. You go to fight camp, or you're in training for a fight. So that means you have time. Usually it's an 8-week camp, a 12-week camp. So you have time to slowly progress. Usually people start off like just average shape. A guy like Glover or Court always stay in shape. So when they go to camp, or they have 8 weeks for their fight, they work more on skills and stuff because they're already in shape.
That point I liked right there. And I was thinking about the scriptures, like Elder Apostle Tahar and the elders, Elder Apostle Gabar, Elder Apostle Rhymelab on down, or Elder Apostle Rakar. They are in great shape because they've been doing it for 30 years plus, some of them, you know what I'm saying, constantly. In season, out of season, constantly. They're battle tested. They've been through all types of trials and tribulations, and so that's why we give double honor. They're the example, right? Our examples, right? Our elders, you know what I'm saying? But they're constantly in you know what I'm saying? So it's going to be easier for them to get into fighting shape, and when I mean fighting shape, I mean keying into certain precepts. There's a lot, there's a lot of things in the scriptures, man. A lot of laws, over 613, I think, odd laws, if I'm not mistaken, right? So it's a lot. But a lot of the prophecies already came to pass. It's only a handful of prophecies that we're waiting to be fulfilled. So that's what them knockout punches, them key uppercuts, Isaiah 14, key knockout. He that leadeth into captivity. These are key. Key, you know what I'm saying? That's what I mean about dialing in. You know, you know. Because he said, and then because that's what happens when you first come into this thing. It's you gradually start reading and growing and growing, but then you done ate the whole roll over and over. You done ate the whole roll multiple times, so you know the scriptures, you know it. But it's time to lock into them key. That's gonna build your faith. That you're gonna need it. You're gonna need key precepts when you down and out, man. you know, you know, you know. You gonna need a good jab, a good hook, a good, you know what I'm saying, to keep a nigga off. You know what I'm saying? Key things that's gonna connect, that's gonna keep your faith. You know.
Is you have time. Usually it's an 8-week camp, a 12-week camp. So you have time to slowly progress. Usually people start off like just average shape. Guy like Glover or Court always stay in shape. So when they go to camp or they have 8 weeks for their fight, they work more on skills and stuff because they're already in shape. Some of my fighters, I'm not going to name them, but once they hit the UFC, they got out of shape after each fight. Didn't train,
And that's the reason why the Lord said, "No man putting his hand to the plow, looking back, is fit for the kingdom." You're not in shape no more. You got out of shape. The Lord, you got to stay in shape. You got to be instant. You got to be ready, apt to teach, instant, in season, out of season. You see what I'm saying? You gotta be fit, ready to go. Like I said, the elders, they're in great shape because they've been doing it for years. They got that muscle memory. You know what I'm saying? They can just throw that. You know. And then now the fight is coming in. They dial it, and that's why people kind of, for example, people are saying about the you know what, that, hey man, what have they been telling us? That it's that chip, man. Okay, we know what it is. We know we've been fully persuaded. We've been teaching it, studying it. We know what it is, man. Through the spirit of Yahweh Shem Shai. Okay, we know this thing is just the pre-runner, the forerunner. We know what it is. And either which way, like the elders say, don't even take it any damn way because you ain't supposed to be making any cuttings in your flesh. You see? So like I said, we know these key things that's gonna keep us stable, man. Okay, we're not gonna bug out and be questioning and be wishy-washy, you know. We know what we believe, man. But now is the time if you're to dial in. Like that's the point. Dial into these key prophecies. The spirit of Yahweh Shem Shai is the spirit of prophecy. Okay? Where's that one at? It's Revelation 19:10. And I fell at his feet to worship him, meaning the angel, right? John did, right? Because remember, John was on the Isle of Patmos, right? And but the angel said, what did this angel say? And he said unto me, see thou do it not, I am thy fellow servant, right? Because we don't worship the angels. We don't worship the apostles. None of that, man. All right, we don't worship Mary. We worship Yahweh Shem Shai. That's it. The Father and the Son. That's it. Okay. It says, it says, see thou do it not. I am thy fellow servant and of thy brethren that have the testimony of Yahweh Shai. Worship Yahweh, for the testimony of Yahweh Shai is the spirit of prophecy. So, hey, that's what we need, man. That's what you need to gird up your loins with, these prophecies, these end time prophecies. Okay, that's what you need. That's these key, the Psalms. The Lord said, "Out His men shall eat." Man, the Lord said, "No evil shall come nigh thy dwelling." So these things are what's gonna keep you stable, man. Through thy precepts I get understanding. So these faiths, I hope I'm making sense, man. Not just all over the place reading, lock in, man. Now is the time to lock in.
Etc. So when 12-week camp came, it usually half of that was just trying to get them back into shape and lose a little bit of weight.
That's right? What a lot of these guys are. They're scrambling now. A lot of guys gonna be scrambling because they took their hand from the plow. So now they're gonna be searching the scriptures again. What was the you know what again? Where was that at? What was the name of the Lord again? What did they? They're gonna be scrambling, trying to get back in shape. That's the thing. You gotta stay in shape, but also it's staying in shape. It's one thing to stay in shape, but it's another thing to be in fighting shape. All right, it's one thing to be in great condition, but it's another thing to be in fighting shape, man. And he's gonna expound on what fighting shape is, man.
Try to get their cardio back. So then, that's kind of an uphill battle. They got out of shape after each fight, didn't train, partied, etc. So when 12 weeks
and out of shape, you can liken that to going back into the world. They ate junk food, they started drinking, and all. They didn't exercise. So you could say they stopped reading, stopped studying, stopped doing videos, stopped going out on the highways and the byways. They may have did it for 6 months, 8 months, a year, 2, 3 years. Now the fight's coming up. They're trying to get back in shape. It's going to be much easier. Because the Lord will have mercy upon whoever He wants to have mercy upon. You know. The scriptures talk about the prodigal son. So hey, it is what it is. I ain't trying to be that guy, man. I'm giving diligence. But like I said, it's easy now that fight, that test is coming up. The elders been in, and all the brothers, man, that likewise been pushing, whether it's been 10 years, 15, 5, whatever, 3 year, whatever, man. It's easier for you than that guy that got out of shape, man. He got to start all over again from scratch. He ain't got no endurance. He ain't got no milk. He ain't built up.
To slowly progress. Usually people start off like just average shape. A guy like Glover or Court always stay in shape. So when they go to camp or they have 8 weeks for their fight, they work more on skills and stuff because they're already in shape. Some of my fighters, I'm not going to name them, but once they hit the UFC, they got out of shape after each fight, didn't train, partied, etc. So when 12-week camp came, it usually half of that was just trying to get them back into shape and lose a little bit of weight, right? Try to get their cardio back. So then, that's kind of an uphill battle. Guys like Glover and Court, they're always in shape. If somebody said, hey, you got to fight in 6 weeks, bing, they just start working on their timing and their skills and their skill drills and their strategy. So
you see, and we know we ain't got to worry about the strategy. We ain't got to worry about the strategy because we walk by faith, not by sight. But if you're rehearsing the righteous acts, if you're studying, if you're doing what you're supposed to be doing, putting on as the elect, you're going out there teaching, you're reading, you're keeping the laws to the best of it. But you know what I'm saying? You're doing what you're supposed to be doing. You're good, man. All we need to be doing now is locking into these. We know what the MOTB is. Okay, we know what that is. Okay, we know what the word charagma. We know what it is, man. We know what we believe, man. So now is the time to drill in and lock into what lock in, man. Your skills, them key prophecies, them key uppercuts, because Esau liked to wiggle his way out. You know what I'm saying? So hey, lock.
When you're in fight shape, that means you've gotten your timing down more. You're working on your timing. You're drilling. You're sparring. You're working on your drilling. Okay. You want to get
You're connected, man. You're connecting. You're hitting the point. You don't gotta beat the point. You ain't gotta, OD, hit the point, man. Hit the point and get out. You know what I'm saying? Stick and move, connect, pop. That's what we need to be doing now. That's how we need to be thinking. Through the Spirit. This was on my mind. Now is the time to be locking in, sharpening your skills, man. Sharpening your skills. Because this, like I said, this wisdom and knowledge is gonna keep you stable, but also keep pushing, man. Now ain't the time to be slacking the fuck off, man. Don't OD, because you'll burn yourself out. Like I said, this thing is not a sprint. It's an endurance. It's an enduring thing. You gotta have stamina, of course, but the stamina comes by going in and week out, man. Going out there, teaching and then doing that's the stamina. But don't OD, man. And then throughout the week, you're reading, you're studying, 2 Timothy 4:2, preach the word, be instant, in season, out of season. And when you look that word instant up, it means ready, like instant oatmeal. It's ready within like minutes or whatever, like in a minute. Instant means ready. You got to be sharp. You got to be fit. You got to, you got to be able to hit them. You go hard for like, whatever, 30 seconds or whatever. But then also, hey, maybe you don't knock the nigga out. Maybe You know, maybe you're in a FEMA camp or something for a little while, or whatever. Who knows how it's gonna play out? You know, you thought the Lord was you was gonna get spiritual power. The Lord was gonna deliver you, whatever it may be, man. You may be, you know, the Lord may try you, test you. That's what He does. So now you in for the long haul. You got to dig deep now. So you got to be that's fighting shape. The run you could knock a nigga out quick like Mike Tyson, or it might go the distance. We don't know, you know, you know. But the point is, you got to be ready, and you get ready by giving diligence, preaching the word, being instant, being ready in season, out of season, like the elder. It makes sense, man. Reprove, rebuke, exhort with all long suffering and doctrine, and it makes now you see why the elders are so adamant about being lukewarm. It makes sense, man. And it makes sense now that I think about it, because Elder Apostle Tahar is a fighter. You know, he used to box, so it makes sense. It makes he would know about conditioning and pushing and being in shape. You see? And I remember Elder Apostle Tahar always said his thing was about stamina, you know? But when it comes time for the fight, you ain't doing you ain't running long distances anymore. You doing interval training, quick bursts. That's what you do when the fight is coming up. You doing little short rounds but hard, you know. He's gonna explain it, and that's what you do. We dig deep to them key precepts, them knockout juggler, them fatality scriptures, man. And them fatality faith boosters, you know them, them key precepts, you know.
Your anaerobic metabolism going. Guys like Glover and Court, they're always in shape. If somebody said, "Hey, you got to fight in 6 weeks," bing, they just start working on their timing and their skills and their skill drills and their strategy. So when you're in
strategy, the just shall live by faith. Yahweh Shem Yahushai said, "Give no thought when you go before the magistrate, for in that very same hour he'll put roughly paraphrasing, he'll put the words to say." And we have the words because the truth is in us, not on us. Like the elder brother Yakal likes to say, the truth, this word is in us, not on us, man, because we go through it over and over. But it's a lot. It's a lot of stuff to remember. We're in this weak-ass flesh. So now is the time to lock into key prophecies, man. Key prophecies, key end-time prophecies, key faith prophecies, Key prophecies about enduring till the end, being faithful unto the end, being faithful to death,
fight shape, that means you've gotten your timing down more. You're working on your timing. You're drilling, you're sparring, you're working on your drilling. Okay? You want to get your anaerobic metabolism going. So you do a lot less longer runs and a lot more sprints, like high intensity.
You see that? When you're getting in shape, when you're trying to cut the weight, you're trying to get your endurance up, your wind up. You running maybe 4, 5, 6 miles, man, a day, But the closer and closer you get to the fight, you doing sprints, man, sprints, Even though we know this thing is not a sprint, it's a marathon. But hey, you getting ready for the fight. All these are just analogies, You see? I don't want to rot his eyes coming together. I know it's kind of long. Salakia. I hate doing long videos because I know Jake be having a short attention span, man. So yeah, let me let him wrap it up. Salakia, man. I don't want to rot his eyes. This was edifying, but it was just supping with me, man. I wanted to do, I don't know. It was just supping with me because hey, we getting close, man. We getting to the wire, And the point of the matter is, hey, lock in, man. Lock in. Stop bullshitting. Hey, lock in, man. Get in fighting shape,
Skill drills and their strategy. So when you're in fight shape, that means you've gotten your timing down more. You're working on your timing. You're drilling, you're sparring, you're working on your drilling. Okay? You want to get your anaerobic metabolism going. So you do a lot.
And when you're at camp, I always tell the brothers that when you're at camp, that's what we're doing. We're spiritually sparring one another. That's all we're doing, because these precepts and we doing this for the Lord is refining you, man. He's building you up. When you think about it, It's for you, man. Paul said that. He said, I endure all things for the elect's sake. These videos is for us, man. The Lord don't care about the 2/3. The scoffers and the scorners, that's to build you up. To let you know you a man of the Lord. To let you know the Lord is doing with you. You see? That the Lord love you. These people ain't got it, man. These people don't have it. We have it. So hold fast, man. Hold fast. Hey, I'm gonna shut it down. I'm gonna shut it down. I feel like I went long and I kind of might have been rambling. So Salakia, man, if I was rambling. But I gotta close out with let the Lord speak. Man. I gotta close out with the Lord speaking. Where was it? Where was it? Okay, yeah, Salakia. I want to close out with Ephesians again. Because this is a fight. Like Paul said, it's a fight. Fight the good fight of faith, man. All right? Again, Ephesians 6 and 11. Put on the whole armor of Yahweh, that ye may be able to stand against the wiles of the devil. For we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against the principalities, against powers, against the rulers of darkness of this world. And guess what? The end of this world is coming. And the beginning of it that followeth is right on the horizon, if you can receive it. Salakia. For we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against the principalities and against powers, against the rulers of darkness of this world, against spiritual wickedness in high places. Wherefore take unto you the whole armor of Yahweh, because we about to go to battle. We about to go to battle. We about to be tried like we've never been tried before, that ye may be able to withstand in the evil day, and having done all to stand. Stand therefore, having your loins. All right, remember, our loins got to be girded up like a man. And you gird up your loins with this truth, this wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. Okay? Stand therefore, having your loins girt about with truth, and having on the breastplate of righteousness, and having your feet shod with the preparation of the gospel of peace. Okay? Above all, taking the shield of faith. Okay? Because we walk by faith, not by sight. The just shall live by faith. But we got to have faith plus works. Faith without works is dead. And above all, taking the shield of faith, wherewith ye shall be able to quench all the fiery darts of the wicked. So, hey, whatever Esau Edom throws at us, however, whatever curveballs, whatever he comes with, hey, Lord's will, I don't want to Ratazada. Hey, the Lord will guide us through it, man. Okay, you got to have that faith, man. You know. So I don't want to Ratazada. This was edifying. Salakia, it was, all over the place. Like I always say, though, keep pushing, man. We're close. Shalom. Wa abad babal.